What do you mean? Even the doorbell one's got audio. When people come up to your doorbell, they have audio. They have audio.
That's so different than inside an apartment, inside a bedroom.
But inside your private home, like, I think you should be able to record whenever. But obviously, you still have to tell people.
I don't give a fuck if it's your house. Don't fucking record me without my consent. If you have a camera in your bedroom or your bathroom, you need to tell me. I mean, that's so common sense and just such a violation of my privacy. Are you kidding me? Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to do a deep dive on all of the allegations against the streamer, very controversial streamer Destiny. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to this video, and let's get into it. Before we start this YouTube video, I do want to address a couple of things. First of all, I am on the side of the people who are victims of these allegations. Nothing more, nothing less. If you do want to support, one of the victims has made a GoFundMe type of link to, support her legal fund to go against the streamer Destiny. I have put that in the bio of this video. Even if you can't afford to put money in it, even if you share it, I'm sure it will do tremendous help. So please go check out that link. It's in the bio. Second of all, these are all allegations. Destiny, I know you're gonna watch this and I know you're gonna try to sue me. Don't even try it. These are all just aggregations of allegations and reports and accusations online. So don't try me. And third of all, please remember to be nice in the comment section of this YouTube channel and video, specifically this video. If you are not nice, your comment will get deleted because I'm not going to allow the cult following of this specific streamer to come into these comments and comment a bunch of mess. So don't even try that either, okay? All right, let's get into it. First link we're gonna dive into is one of the accusers, whose name is Pixie. First of all, Pixie has made it very clear that she does not want people to assume or speculate about her past relationships or sex life, so please don't be a weirdo and respect that. This is the first tweet that I personally came across that I actually did retweet when I first saw it. On November 29th, the streamer Destiny non-consensually shared my nudes, making me a victim of revenge porn. I will be suing him in federal court. She did then post her Substack article, which we're going to get into in a second. This is the legal fund that's going to be linked underneath this video. She has made well over her goal. Her goal was $25,000. Fair to say people hate Destiny. She's gotten a lot of money. I think she's going to need a lot more money than $30,000 if I'm going to be completely honest with you, just because it's Destiny. But, I think this is a great start towards whatever legal battle she's going to pursue. Also, I'm sure there's going to be lawyers that are willing to work with her pro bono, but I'm still happy that she got this kind of support. It's a start. It's a great start. So now we're going to get into the Substack article that kind of blew all of this up. So this is the same person that we just talked about in this tweet. Her Substack article says, "I will be suing Stephen Kenneth Bonnell II." What a fucking ugly ass name. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Stephen Kenneth Bonnell II. It's literally giving plantation. I will be suing Stephen Kenneth Bonnell II. Sorry, every single time I see his name. On November 29th, I learned that the streamer Destiny had non-consensually shared pornographic content of me online. My dignity, peace of mind, and hopes for the future were stripped away in a mere matter of seconds following the betrayal of someone I previously trusted. I am at least the third person he has done this to. I hope to be the last. I will not be commenting on the experience of other women that he has hurt, as it is not my place or story to tell. I will, however, share my story in the hopes of preventing this from occurring again. I have known Destiny for around 5 to 6 years and often find myself in heavy disagreement with him. I mean, yeah, he's literally a genocide supporter. Ugh. I mean, if you genuinely agree with 90% of what Destiny says, you need help. Professional help. And I'm saying this as someone that is on meds, okay? I'm just saying, despite this, I do my best to see the best sides of all people, try my hardest to spread positivity and create understanding where I can. It's corny, but I want to meet people where they are and focus on which ways we can build bridges together and move forward for a better future for everyone. Some people call this a fault of mine. They claim I am naive and should be more careful. Those people are right. Damn. When I was 19, I was extremely sexually inexperienced and sheltered. I mean, that makes sense. You're only 19. Being severely terrified of leading someone on or essay, I thought I could trust Destiny, who I had multiple long conversations with regarding consent and boundaries. So you can imagine my surprise when I discover he distributed pornographic content of me without my consent. Yes, you read that right. Stephen Kenneth Bonnell II sent pornographic content of me to a random 19-year-old e-girl Discord kitten whom he had never met before. And then she published it to the whole entire world. Rest assured, despite never having having met her, he had at least spoken to her plenty of times on the phone. Okay, here's one screenshot. Okay, so this is from the streamer. Oh, there shouldn't be no, I'm so sorry. There's literally no excuse. I'd had phone calls and stuff with this person. They were fairly close to me. It's wordless to say at this point that I'm super sorry. There's literally no excuse. I won't say or confirm anything about them. If there's any particular thing that I can do, just let me know. Of course, this is what he says happened. I think that it is just likely that he used her as proxy to widely distribute this material while claiming deniability. I do not understand why Destiny would knowingly and willingly put me in this position where I would receive non-stop sexual and abuse and harassment. If we believe him, he was trying to impress a barely legal teenager using my body and my privacy. Oof, that's bad. The betrayal, coupled with the hundreds of messages I've received filled with sexual harassment and abuse, have left me feeling hopeless and devoid of almost all happiness. Okay, so this isn't about me. I just want to make that very clear. But when I debated Destiny, he specifically targeted me, attacked me, and I was very new and fresh, and it was obvious he wanted the gotcha clips. He got them. He actually went super viral off of the video where he basically berated me for 3 hours. But after that, I had experienced something that I had never experienced before, and it was the barrage of hate from his community. And it was so aggressive and so volatile. To this day, and since then I've been a content creator for around 3 years, and I'm obviously grown much bigger than I was back then, but his following can be very fucking nasty. And for me, it was only response to a debate panel, right? I can only imagine how his following would react to accusations like this that involve intercourse and intimate parts of someone's private life. I can only imagine. I feel so sorry for her. Like, this is just sad. I don't know what else to say outside of that. The only thing that keeps me going is the hope that I can bring this man to justice and have him face legal consequences for his actions. For the past month, I have been speaking to lawyers about my situation and what to do, and have decided this is the best course of action. I will be suing him for violation U.S. Federal Code 15 U.S.C. 6851, civil action relating to the disclosure of intimate images for publication of private facts in Florida. I will be seeking emotional and punitive damages for his actions. I have been told that court case like this could potentially cost over tens of thousands of dollars. I am terrified. I mean, this guy talks about potentially suing Hasan as for fun, and Hasan actually has the resources to defend himself. I cannot imagine what he might try to do to me in this process. Whoever the next Joe Rogan of the left is, it cannot be someone that crosses sexual boundaries, violates consent, and puts women's well-being and safety at risk. I cannot be someone who puts women in positions where they will be sexually abused and harassed. It concerns me that Destiny has been interviewing potential DNC chair candidates such as Marianne Williamson or, oh wow, wait, I didn't know that. I didn't know he was interviewing candidates for the DNC chair. Wait, so Destiny's pretty involved in the DNC and the Democrat circle then, if this is true. But if this is true, why wasn't he invited to the DNC? Like, why didn't he get a creator pass? It's a little sus, no? So they work with him, but then they won't have him at the DNC, but then they'll give Hasan a pass to the DNC? Okay. Anyways, that's whatever. I have been told the payout might not be worth the harassment and attention I will receive. In an ideal world, I would do this privately, but have been told that there is no realistic way in court will grant me any anonymity. This means my only option is to go public. This is so sad. Destiny has violated federal law in his transgressions against me. He has violated my consent and directly responsible for the sexual abuse I have received. I am terrified. Evidence log. Okay, yeah, we already read this. Destiny downplaying the pain I felt. It's more complicated than that. I feel like there's no justice for what's been done. I feel like people for the rest of my life are going to try to send it to my family or my workplace or wherever I go. I feel extremely violated with how so many people saw me unconsensually in a vulnerable place. I feel like people are always going to use this as quote proof that I slept my way into whatever achievement I garner. I feel like it's evidence that everything would be better with me gone. Oh God, this is so sad. I mean, it's true. It's true. Listen, once again, this isn't about me, but I'm just speaking from personal experience. Whenever I get any kind of achievement or any kind of accomplishment, people are constantly coming at me saying, oh, this is only because you're pretty. Oh, this is only because you have a nice body. You know, X, Y, and Z. Like, people try to discredit me, and I don't have anything like this happen against me. Now, I can only imagine what it is like, because as a woman in this space, it's incredibly hard. Like, it's not easy. It's really not easy. Okay, so this is Destiny's response. I think the number of people who know or even keep up with it enough to go after you are on this is is probably almost zero. Wait, Destiny is like very big. That's categorically false. I think people hate others involved, me, Lauren, Nick, LOL, way more than it overshadows everything a lot more. As for any achievements or anything like that, the majority of the work and stuff you've done has been completely independent of me anyway. That's not the point. So the only people who would say anything like that are people who would have said shit like that anyway and aren't worth the time. So this is reportedly the messages that were sent between Pixie and Destiny. Obviously, from what I'm reading, it seems like top tier gaslighting. That's just how I would put it. Destiny offering to pay some of my bills, I guess to try to make me feel better. I'm sorry. Is a water bill being paid going to make me feel okay about lifelong trauma I've received? It feels super lame, and I don't want to at all imply that somehow just giving you money helps anything go away or fixes everything for you. But if you have any bills or owe money on anything or have any financial stuff I can help with, I can at the very least chip in and help with any of that. So it's at least one thing you have to worry about or stress over while you're worrying and getting through this. You know, I'm not even a part of this, and I'm offended reading this. Like, I'm genuinely offended reading this because it's like, once again, CEO of missing the point. Like, that's not the point, bro. The point is that this woman is alleging that you caused her severe mental, emotional, and physical distress that is going to carry on and follow her for the rest of her life. And you're apparently, according to these screenshots, offering to pay a bill? Are you serious? Her most intimate parts of her body and her life are going to be on there's going to be an internet stamp on it for the rest of her life. This is going to follow her for the rest of her life. Your cult following is going to follow her for the rest of her life, and you're offering to pay some bills in return. Brother, ew. You know, if this was me and this was like my scenario happening, I would tell him to take my bills and shove it up his ass, to be completely frank with you. No, that's not even just absolutely not. So that was her original Substack article that like a lot of people were talking about and stuff like that. And then this tweet also happened. Since posting this, I've received countless messages of women informing me that they have received pornographic content from Destiny. Content they now believe wasn't made or sent with consent. If you've been sent this content or might be a victim, DM me. We're stronger together. So apparently while all of this is going on, a Destiny Orbiter shares screenshots of chat logs between Destiny and the 19-year-old. Once again, this is just reports of it being that. I'm just regurgitating the reports and allegations. This is reportedly Destiny's conversations between the 19-year-old and him. If you don't know why I'm specifically tagging this as Destiny's Orbiter, is because Destiny has kind of like a following that orbits him nonstop, no matter how callous or fucked up what he does is. And so there's kind of like the main group of orbiters, but then there's like residual orbiters as well. And most of the time they're young, pretty women. Like 90% of the time they're young, pretty women who are like mid or small tier streamers. And then maybe 10% of the time it's a guy. But usually they're young women. Anyways, I don't think I have much BJ stuff recorded. LOL. It's fine. Hee hee. Ooh, there was a girl once, she was young, so she was kind of new and wasn't that good. But she would just hold on to me and tongue the head a lot, which actually ended up feeling good, LOL, but no cum shot. Do you want that vid? Question mark. I'd love it, OMG. And then he allegedly sends the video. This was from 2022, by the way. This was from 2 years ago. I don't know what to say. Okay, so for the next part, I want to give kind of like a trigger warning because this mentions thoughts of, self-harm. So just FYI. And then Pixie, who's the main accuser, posts these screenshots. Allegedly, this is conversations between Destiny and someone else, which is probably extremely difficult to prove her case. She is not a high-profile micro-influencer, and you didn't leak it maliciously. You didn't even leak it at all. You distributed it non-consensually. It wasn't a leak. You just distributed it non-consensually. Like, are you serious? That's what leaking is called. That's literally the definition of leaking. So this is what Destiny allegedly responded with. Yeah, I know. I looked into it for obvious reasons, just to be sure, but I don't really care much about the legal side of it or whatever. Obviously, I have severely, at the very least, psychologically damaged her. Covering therapy or whatever is a minimum, and I have no problem helping out or sending her money for anything as a form of repatriation. I just didn't want it to come off like, hey, bitch, LOL. I know I violated your trust in the worst way ever, but here's some money, have fun. Hey, word of advice, if you tell a woman that you have allegedly harmed so badly, hey, let me pay some of your bills, that's exactly what it sounds like. That's exactly what it sounds like. Hey, bitch, LOL. I know I violated your trust in the worst way, but let me just pay some bills. It's coming off that way, Stephen Bonell II. Come on. Are we surprised that a shitty person has all of these allegations of being a shitty person? No. All right, now we're going to read Stephen Bonell II's statement. Legal arc beginning in mysterious ways. Wow. Okay, so this is Reddit/Destiny. Sometime in November, extremely sensitive and personal material of mine was leaked. This affected not only me, but many people in my life. I want to be clear, the leak happened without my knowledge, consent, or authorization. I have never intended for any of these images to be published. I haven't spoken out publicly regarding this situation for a few reasons. I am actively pursuing criminal and civil litigation on these matters against multiple parties. Speaking publicly about these materials brings more attention to them, which harms all of the victims involved. I have been trying to move on from covering, quote, drama content, as it has increasingly negatively impact on those in my life. One person involved has expressed suicidal thoughts in relation to the matter, and I do not want to exasperate the situation by talking about it publicly. Because there are now multiple parties involved in the litigation, it is unlikely I'll be able to answer any of those questions until pending litigation has been resolved. Though I am limited in what I can say, it is important for people to know about my recent communications regarding the Pixie, someone who I was friends with and collaborated with many occasions. Since the leaks were first circulated, Pixie had stressed to me that keeping things out of the public eye was important to her. November 30th, December 2nd, and December 3rd, I've always said I would do my best to not confirm or publicize it. I kept my word. On December 11th, I received a message from a mutual acquaintance named Lauren Hayden, known online as Lauren Delugana. Fuck, why am I so stupid? Lauren Delugana. I don't know who she is. Who has legal background. Lauren has had a negative sentiment towards me after I rejected her romantic advances earlier in the year. Okay, I don't really understand why that needs to be a part of the story. I understand that she has organized a fundraiser to support Pixie's lawsuit against me and assume that she has been counseling Pixie on how to proceed. On the same day, I received a message from Pixie where she suggested she would create a post about me that would go live after she committed, ending her own life. This concerned me greatly. I genuinely believed that she was still in a mental anguish following the leaks earlier. I responded in earnest, doing what I could to reassure her and letting her know that she had every right to pursue legal course of action. At no stage did I try to convince her otherwise. This was highly emotional and volatile time, and my main concern was her well-being. So here's the thing. I don't really understand why you have to publicly state that she had, self-harming ideations. Like, I don't think it's his place at all to be telling people that. Like, I would feel violated if someone posted on a thread with thousands of people on it, this girl has suicidal ideation, so I try to be nice to her. Like, that's a completely, I'm just kind of like, why are you posting that up? Pixie says, I'm tired of living anymore. Like, why are you posting this publicly? This is such a violation. No, like, what the fuck? Also, this screenshot is so interesting because this screenshot is very much like, hey, look, she was in mental distress. Look at what I did for her to help her. Look at how nice I am. First of all, I don't need to know this information. This is extremely private. As someone who has gone through ideation similar to this, I wouldn't want someone posting it all over the fucking internet for thousands of people to see. Second of all, I don't care what your response to the ideations were. You caused it in the first place. I don't like what? It's like, oh, look at the dissertation I wrote for her after I found out about the mental harm that I caused her. Jesus, bro, I literally, I cannot stand that fucking man. Okay, a few hours later, I messaged a mutual friend, Straighterade, who I knew to be particularly close to with Pixie. We tried to figure out the best way forward in terms of making things right, or right as they could be for Pixie. In that conversation, we spoke about things I could do to alleviate the toll on Pixie's mental health. I took Straighterade's suggestion and presented them to Pixie. I explicitly offered to help her financially, having had it communicated to me that she was also under financial pressure while dealing with this matter. Pixie responded stating that whatever price she could ask for would be too high and would only result in making her feel worse. Later in that conversation with Straighterade, she told me that Pixie seemed to want me to cover for her entire tuition for law school. Others told me that Pixie thought it would be appropriate for me to pay for from anywhere to $500,000 to $1 million. At no point did Pixie make a specific or explicit request for financial compensation. Listen, again, this feels irrelevant. I don't care. I don't care what other people told you but to pay her. Like, what did you do? What did you do to alleviate this, because for now, all I know is that you wrote her dissertations about her mental health and you offered to pay for her bills. That's it. All of this is fucking jargon to me. I think sometime on December 13th, Pixie unfriended me on Discord. Sorry, I don't know how this is relevant. It became clear that no amount that I agreed to... would be satisfactory by nature of the fact that I agreed to. Third parties communicated that the point of any financial compensation would be to punish me. Once again, I don't care what third parties are telling you. Pixie didn't tell you this. Why is this a part of your statement? That language was incredibly frustrating to hear secondhand. This is all hearsay. It's almost like he's playing telephone and he's putting all the telephone playing in his statement. You know what I mean? Like, all I want to know is what happened, what your statement is on what happened between you and Pixie and you and the other people who are alleging these same things. That's it. I don't care about what third party said. I don't care about what other people said. I don't care about what her friend said. I don't care. That's not an important part of this conversation. Exactly. He's trying to deflect. This is deflection. This is straight up deflection and jargon. I had already shown a willingness to make things right as best as I could. I had spent time talking to mutual friends of ours with the intent to help address the concerns with their mental health and self-harm ideation, the sincerity which I could genuinely believe. Once again, I don't understand why we're talking about that. I was objectively harmed by this situation and was actively seeking to find a resolution to work it well for everyone. Some of my personal messages have gone out to the world because of what happened, including multiple incredibly explicit videos of mine, many of which had been forwarded to family members and colleagues. Once again, I don't know how this is relevant. Information has come out which has irrevocably damaged my personal relationships. I don't understand how this is relevant. This saga has become a nightmare for all parties involved. Her accusation is likely used proxy blah 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 is extremely hurtful. I flat out cannot believe there's a lot of I in this. I this is what happened to me. This is what I tried to do. This is what she said about me. This is a very self-centered statement. It's very centering himself and only him. You know what, I was gonna do a search. You know what, we're gonna do this. 44 times he put the letter I on its own. 44 times in this whole entire statement. When I'm reading an apology statement, I don't want to see I, like, at all, let alone 44 times. And if this doesn't tell you the type of person he is in general, I don't know what will. If your apology statement is riddled with I, me, myself, it's not an apology statement. Oh, you want me to search for me? I got you. I'm already down this rabbit hole. 26 mentions of me. 44 times he used I. 26 times he used me. Oh, 12 times he used my. Over 50 times, over 60 times actually, did he mention himself or in some way reference himself in this statement, which is supposed to be like a statement for what happened in general, not about himself. Brother, ew. At this point, I just tell people close to me that if Pixie wants to pursue legal actions against me, she's always free to do so, but I don't feel comfortable talking to her or about her until at the very least my current legal actions have run their course. It's been brought to my attention that Pixie has now tried to re-add me as a friend, but I've ignored those requests. I've never told anyone what they can or cannot speak about, and I've always left that option out. Despite some people have said I've never threatened Pixie with litigation or NDA'd anyone, my goal was to respect the wishes of people who have been affected by the leak. Pixie has now stated her intention is to sue me, and she is fundraising for that. I do not believe I have violated any laws, and since Pixie has made it clear what she wants to do, I will have to let the evidence and legal filings speak for themselves. It is unfortunate that it has come to this, but it means that all communications with her or Lauren may or may not have been representing her will have to go through cancel. Number one, I hated that statement. I hated that statement from top to bottom. Stephen Bonell II, you could have done better. Second of all, it was riddled with I, me, myself, and I, me. Look at how I tried to help. Look at what I tried to do. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. I just look at what all these people are talking about about me. Like, once again, I don't give a fuck about that. I wanted to see what happened, how you're responding to it, not decentering yourself. Clearly he can't do that. And it wasn't an apology either. Now, what I will say is that Destiny loves to talk and he loves drama. That man feeds off, like, his whole entire paycheck is based off of drama. Any kind of gotcha clips he can get, any kind of drama he can get or formulate or create, that man will run after it. So the fact that he's been so silent about this outside of this statement that was very self-centered tells me that he's probably in deep shit, because what that man likes to do is yap and cause drama. And for the past couple of weeks, he's been silent on this. Silent. His followers have been silent. Clearly, his followers have gotten the cue from the cult leader that, you know, they have to be quiet about this, or they should be quiet about this. I don't know, because usually his following likes to yap a lot too. But from what I know from this man in the past 3 years that I have had the unfortunate privilege to encounter him, I know that he loves to drama farm. He loves the drama. That's just who he is. And the fact that he's been silent about this for so long tells me everything I need to know. He's in some deep legal shit, whether he did this or not, because these are all allegations. He's in some deep legal shit because this man always has some shit to talk, period. The next section of this video is going to be the multiple alleged cover-ups. There have apparently been multiple allegations and multiple attempts of cover-ups of these allegations, allegedly. Our destiny has gone politics only for the foreseeable future. Nothing says innocence like a total lockdown of one of the largest streamer subreddits in existence. All right, I want to make a short post that goes over a few things regarding the sub and my positions. I didn't take any time to really format this or clean it up, but hopefully it gets my point across. The sub will, for the foreseeable future, be strictly politics and online memes, what it normally is, about 85% of the time. If you've ever been on Destiny's subreddit, you know that 85% of the time, that's not what it's about. 50% of it is bullying people. I understand that people want to talk about Destiny, the leaks, the pending litigations, and all of your feelings about them, but there's been so many posts saying, just asking, what do we do now as far as subreddit is concerned? What we are going to do is, in the subreddit, is focus on politics and the critical time of the US and the Trump administration underway. So this last part is a bit of a cop-out. Like, we all know why you locked down the subreddit, and it's not to focus on the critical political climate of the US. So let's make that clear. Then we have Dixerto, which is once again the publication. Mike from the PA alleges Dixerto stealth published this article on their website, but it can't be found on the front page, and there's no tweet on their social media. Dixerto, are you burying the story? So yeah, Mike from the PA has been commenting a lot on this, but I will say I think a lot of streamers and people are scared to talk about this because of Destiny. Like, his following is scary. Once his following comes after you, like, bitch, you gotta fight for your life. Those motherfuckers don't play. 6 hours later, this Dixerto has still not tweeted about this story. They did post a clip of iShowSpeed having a group of people sing happy birthday to him. Interesting priorities for the news site. I'm telling you, a lot of people and publications are scared of him. Rightfully so. He's kind of scary when it comes to those kinds of things. Dixerto MO is consistently capping for streamers accused of sexual crimes, by the way. A deeply misogynistic, terrible, quote, news outlet. Oh, who remembers Tectone? If you'd like to know about the allegations about Tectone, go watch my video about that. Nothing about these accusations is true. They are entirely made up. OTK streamer Tectone has denied allegations from his ex-girlfriend Pinky Chew of physical and mental abuse. Destiny has denied accusations. I mean, I feel like when it comes to these publications, Osmongold has been banned from Twitch for 14 days. Yeah, why don't you say why he got banned from Twitch? Because he's a raging racist. Osmongold's main streaming account has been banned from Twitch following racist comments. Yeah, I mean, listen, Dexerto's not really the pillar of fucking news, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't really go to them for news content, you know? Ooh, okay, so this is apparently Hasan talking about it. So we're gonna listen to what Hasan has to say about this, baby. You already know I'm curious to see what Hasan has to say.
Destiny has found himself in a couple scandals regarding sharing nude photos and other materials, such as videos/sex tapes, without the consent of individuals/partners who appear in them. Okay? The main focus of this is a woman named Pixie, who was a victim of this behavior from Destiny. In the videos, there are leaks of messages between Not So Erudite and Pixie discussing potential compensation from Destiny for distributing the sexual material she appeared in, as well as the draft of Pixie's statement regarding the situation. It turns out that Pixie was someone who was an orbiter of Destiny's, who unfortunately hooked up with Destiny. They filmed the process, and I believe that filming was consensually done at the time. But then Destiny kept those videos and sent it to other people, from what I understand. Other people that he was trying to hook up with, other girls that he was trying to hook up with, including this one 19-year-old. And then this 19-year-old's account either got A, hacked, or B, one of their 19-year-old's friends actually revealed all of this information to the world. And that's how you found out about the infamous video of Destiny sucking a dude off, which people suspected was Nick Fuentes. And Destiny leaned into it possibly being Nick Fuentes. And a lot of people thought, well, that's really weird. Why is he taking ownership over that? Well, it turns out there was a nefarious purpose behind why he was taking ownership over that. Because if everyone focused on Destiny being gay, way, then no one would realize that Destiny was most likely sending nudes and sex tapes that he had actually filmed without permission of the other parties involved to random people online to showcase his sex resume to random, 19-year-olds online that he wants to fuck. Now, that's technically, I believe, I'm no big city lawyer, but revenge porn territory. Does he need permission? The answer is yes. What a stupid question. What are you talking about? You can't film a sex act with someone and then distribute that sex act randomly to other people. What? Hello? Are you okay? Asking this question, especially in this moment where Pixie, the wronged party, who used to be a fan and friend of Destiny's, has released a statement publicly on Twitter stating she's a victim of revenge porn and will be suing Destiny for this. Her longer statement includes her history with Destiny and her side of the story. She's literally in the process of litigation. This notably has been shared by Destiny's ex-wife Melina, as well as Lonerbox, who is stated to be Pixie's boyfriend and recently announced he would be leaving streaming. Lonerbox had been friendly with Destiny before. Lonerbox, I did not know any of this stuff, but people were, Bad Empanada had said like, oh, Destiny cucked Lonerbox or whatever when he was dating Pixie. It turns out that wasn't the case, but it does turn out that Lonerbox, I think, found out that Pixie had actually had sex with Destiny in the past while still being a orbiter of Destiny. By the way, when I say orbiter of Destiny, you might be thinking like I'm disparaging these people, but the saddest reality is that they called themselves the orbiters of Destiny. It is definitely a sex cult. It operates exactly like a sex cult.
Yeah. Yeah, I will never forget when all of his orbiters, which by the way, they're very proud of being his orbiters, by the way, they all attacked me like so aggressively. It's like if you said anything against Destiny, like his orbiters would come after you. And like I said, most of his orbiters were young, pretty girls, were like new to streaming or starting to stream, like in that streamer space. And it is giving sex cult vibes. Like it is 100%. That's what it's giving. It's giving sex cult vibes.
After this, all of this stuff was like circulating because I remember seeing Melina, Destiny's ex-wife, coming out and stating in a stream that she had not consented to Destiny revealing these sex tapes to random people, just so you understand. And I thought it was strange because everyone was talking about whether or not Destiny had sucked Nicholas Fuentes' penis, but I never fully understood how this information was revealed at the time, and I did not talk about it as much because I didn't understand if it was like revenge porn or what was going on. If you remember, at the time, I didn't understand how this information had leaked in general, okay? Well, it turns out he was sending this stuff to random people to try and fuck them, like a sex resume, and one of the people inevitably leaked it. Either they directly leaked it, or their friend leaked it, or they got hacked and it got leaked, but it should have never been distributed inappropriately, even in private correspondence anyway. After this, while this was all circulating around, the mods over at r/Destiny announced that Destiny would be responding soon and locked down any discussion of the drama. But leading up to this moment, apparently, people had tried to post Melina's clip saying Destiny had actually sent his sex tapes without her consent to random people. People were apparently deleting it at LSF because one of the moderators on Livestream Fails, the top moderator of Livestream Fail, Stale2000, I believe his username is a Destiny orbiter as well. They have actually maintained control over LSF for quite some time. Stale used to be a Twitch staffer as well. Back in the day, he was a Twitch staffer, and then he left Twitch. He became a Destiny community orbiter. He's even made videos on me on his YouTube channel as well, and he took over control over LSF in general. Okay, that's why it was no mere accident that so many Destiny clips would keep appearing.
Yeah, this makes so much sense because when I went on that debate panel with Destiny, the clips of our debate was all over LSF. The only clips that you can see on LSF are clips that make Destiny look good. Like they take away any kind of criticism from my understanding. Like that's what I've been able to see in the past 3 years. And this makes so much sense because this is giving us a lot of context, right? It's giving us a lot of context, and apparently his orbiting cult has tentacles all over, okay? Which is why so many people are scared to speak about him or go after him because he's kind of a scary dude when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like he does have a very loyal cult type of following.
He has in the past, according to his own YouTube page, competed for Top Orbiter of the Year as an award or Top DGG of the Year. Yeah, here it is.
I'm Stale2000, and I'm running for DG.
December 2nd, 2021. Stale 2000 for DGGer of the Year, which apparently is a competition in the Destiny community.
I'm sorry, top DGGer of the Year is a thing? No. There's no way. There's just no way. What the fuck? This is oh my god. Bro, there's no way the clout could be that good. Like, I didn't know, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know Destiny had it like that. Honestly, respect. It's giving the tenacity of a cockroach. Like, I had no clue he had it like that. I had no clue he had people making YouTube videos about how they should be the top GGGer of the year. The woman was too stunned to speak. What the fuck? Okay, we're gonna pause this clip because he's about to get into something that I actually wanted to get into. So this is apparently a tweet where Destiny threatens an unknown group of 20 streamers to prevent more information from coming out. Destiny apparently said, bro, if I need to go on the sex offender list, I'm taking like 20 other streamers with me, okay? If I have to be a predator, you guys are all going down with me. Honestly, it's giving the vibe of like, if I go down for being a sex, like if I go on the sex registry, then all of my orbiters are gonna go down with me. Which, once again, it's reiterating the cult vibe, right? That's how cults operate. Like, if the leader goes down, y'all are all going down with the leader because the leader is bringing you down with him. It's that simple. Straighterade is tasked with trying to minimize the damage done to Destiny. She's like the Ghislaine Maxwell, allegedly. Listen, I don't have it like Hasan, okay? Like, Hasan can freely speak about this shit. I know Destiny's gonna come after me because he's always come after me. So, alleged report, it's all in here so I don't get sued. All right, I'm just saying. Straighterade says, I'm surprised she told you TBH she didn't respond to this, or did she delete? No, if she responded to delete, but I'm pretty sure she just didn't respond. She's not doing well. That's what Straighterade is saying. She's made all the wrong moves in response to this. Oh, they're talking about Pixie. I told her to do nothing and not reply to people. I don't think she's done anything too bad or anything. People have sent me stuff that she's said in people's DMs. She's denying to private DMing people. Oh, well, I mean, if helping her process stuff or whatever is okay. She went into a spicy chat and also told in their comments that she wanted to self-harm. Once again, I don't understand why we're talking about her wanting to self-harm. Loner messaged me and asking if I've heard from her because she hasn't. Oh yeah, this is bad. Then I messaged her tonight. Well, fuck, I feel stupid for going over there and asking her to hang out for obvious reasons. Oh my god, this is long. Okay. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know what else to do. Straighterade sends some money signs. Fucking offer to cover her therapy or some shit. I don't know her employment situation, but I don't think it's good. Destiny, you really think so? Question mark. LOL. I have zero problem with that. I thought about it, but it feels super ultra scummy, or like I'm just trying to buy her feelings off, feeling bad or something, but obviously 1,000,000% would absolutely do this. Straighterade, yes, I really think so. She mentioned pursuing a case against you. Destiny, what do you think would be the appropriate way of approaching her about that? Okay, so they're basically scheming on how to pay her bills or some shit like that to make it go away. Therapy costs for sure. If you're really feeling generous, something to do with her law school pursuits, like year 1 or something. What law school was she looking into? Is money the only thing stopping her from going or something? I'm not sure, but she owes me $147 and is having to pay it back to me in installments because she can't afford to pay the payment all alone. I'm pretty sure there is a hefty financial constraints for her right now. I know she's studying for the LSAT. Destiny 147, question mark. Yeah, because when I moved, we split the podcast equipment. Gotcha. Okay, so I don't know if Straighterade is Pixie's friend or whatever, but this is really fucking sad that someone this close to Pixie is scheming with her alleged abuser, saying, oh, she owes me $147. She's paying it to me in installments. I'm sure you could give her some money and make it go away because she's poor and she needs it. And she's suicidal. So that makes her desperate. This is all very scummy. And the vibe I'm getting from the other accuser as well as this accuser to Pixie is that he would go after women who are trying to become successful streamers. They're obviously young and they don't come from a lot of money. I think this is how he was able to wield his power, because he would publicly have them in his orbiting sphere and then his followers would go and subscribe to them and give them money or whatever. So if he wasn't paying them, then his cult following, whatever, would give them subs and give subs and all of that. But this is so very scummy, because if I'm someone's friend and I'm going through a lot of financial distress and I have to pay someone $147 back in installments, I don't want that getting blasted all over the internet, especially my abuser. Like, No. Who are you to go tell him, oh, my friend, she's in a really tough situation. Just give her some money and it'll all go away. Like, this is not a friend. This is a piece of shit. That's what this is. Okay, so now we're going to get into what Hasan was going to get into, which is Cherry. Now, Cherry is the second person in this list of accusers. Before we talk about Cherry, I want to say a couple of things. Cherry fucking hates me. I don't know what I've ever done to Cherry. I don't know why she hates me, but ever since I went on that debate panel with Destiny, she hates me. She's made multiple tweets about me, publicly attacking me. I, in return, have never tweeted back at her because I just didn't think it was worth it. She was very publicly a Destiny orbiter. I thought at one point we could be friends because she's a woman of color and in streaming and she has like left-leaning views, so I was like, okay, maybe we could be friends. No, she fucking hates me. She always has hated me. With that being said, though, she is still a victim of all of this. She has filed a criminal report against Destiny, and I know she's had her hatred towards me. I still wish her nothing but the best. I send her all of the positive energy in the world that I can. This is very devastating, and obviously she was a part of Destiny's weird alleged sex cult. So I'm not saying this because I want to throw shade at her or anything. I'm just letting y'all know, like, that's the history between me and this person that we're about to talk about. Just like Hasan said, yes, these people hate us, but it doesn't mean that they deserve what happened to them. It doesn't mean that what happened to them is right. So we send her nothing but our love and support. But anyways, that's my disclaimer. So Cherry tweets, today I was made aware of an intimate audio recording taken of me without my consent that was also shared without my consent. I'm upset right now and I'm going to give myself time to process. This is serious. The person who received the recording from Destiny was not aware I did not consent to the recording. They recognized me by my voice and messaged me today out of concern. I don't feel comfortable sharing more details right now. So it seems like what she's saying, what she's alleging is that the intercourse was alleged, the intercourse was consensual, but the recording of the intercourse was not. More importantly, the spreading of the recording of the intercourse was not consensual. Now, once again, I always knew Cherry was an orbiter. I didn't know the sex aspect of it was there too. I just thought she loved Destiny for whatever reason. But it turns out a lot of these people who are making these allegations have kind of like the same story. They were young, they were impressionable, they had sex with him, and they were orbiter. There's like the same elements to most of these accusations, you know what I mean? Then she posts, I will not post my own revenge porn online. I showed parts of it to my friend to show him what was sent to me and asked for help. He is now being harassed for supporting me and believing in me. I submitted my report and evidence to the police this morning. It will be filed in 3 to 5 days, and despite trying my best, there was no certain way to submit the report and keep my identity anonymous while filing. Being public is the only reason I was able to find out about what happened to me, but I am worried about harassment moving forward and I am doing my best to deal with it right now. This is very sad. So then she tweeted, I do not care if we are friends, enemies, strangers, if we disagree politically, debated harshly. I do not care if you dismissed me, wrote me off as mentally ill in the past, or I've made brutal criticisms of your behavior. I do not care. These are not unforgivable crimes to me. I empathize with anyone who is insecure and concerned to throw stones in glass houses. Do not let this man scare you or threaten you. And then I replied to this. I said, I know we've had our differences in the past. I'm genuinely very sorry that you are going through this, sending you nothing but positive energy, which honestly, I still stand by it. Like, what happened to her was very fucked up. And at the end of the day, she did not deserve this. No one deserves this, no matter how they may have acted in the past. And I still stand by that. I still stand by that statement. I stand by this statement. And that's just point blank period. Like, regardless, she doesn't deserve this. No one does. So the next clips are from Lauren Deluga. Oh my God, why can I not say her name? The next clips are from Lauren Deluga. They're from 9 plus months ago. Lauren is the one helping Pixie sue that Destiny mentioned in his response. So this is the woman who has like the legal background that's helping Pixie sue him.
You got chat talking about you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of ignored that. I never really cared about
They
that.
keep saying that you smashed Destiny. Is that true? I'm a bit of a Destiny hater.
I hate Destiny. I fucking hate that.
Whoa, you didn't answer the question here.
Yeah, we smashed multiple times. We spent for a long ass time, and then he fucked me over multiple fucking times.
Who hasn't that guy fucked over?
He secretly records women in his apartment. It's a fucking sorry, not federal. It's a felony.
Yeah, because he's horny.
It's a felony. No, he's a piece of shit.
I mean, I was
a good friend to him for a long fucking time, and he screwed me over on multiple accounts. I can't even think of a worse human being. I genuinely
So that's one clip that's resurfacing. I have 3 of these clips, by the way. This is the second clip.
Like indoor and outdoor, and it has the ADT. Yeah, and it has the ADT thing on there.
No, ADT is no audio. But it includes,
what do you mean? Even the doorbell one's got audio. When people come up to your doorbell, they have audio. They have audio.
That's so different than inside an apartment, inside a bedroom.
But inside your private home, like I think you should be able to record whenever.
But you're
obviously
not.
You still have to tell people like
maybe
I have surveillance.
So apparently that was them mentioning that Destiny records people in his bedroom. Which, by the way, like, I don't give a fuck if it's your house. Don't fucking record me without my consent. If you have a camera in your bedroom or your bathroom, you need to tell me. I mean, that's so common sense and just such a violation of my privacy. Are you kidding me?
Actually, like, what actually like got like the like what started
really
it? Like what?
Yeah. So he tried to get me to hate Farah. He like went out of his way to get me to hate Farah by secret recording nasty shit she said about me and sending it to me. So I hated Farah. I fucking hated her because she said really disgusting shit about me in his house, and then he sent it to me. And then I spoke to Farah about it. She was like, well, he was baiting me. He kept saying like, well, you know, Lauren is so much smarter than you. Doesn't it bother you that Lauren is so much smarter than you? Like in front of her. And so then it would like get her riled up. It would get her mad and be like, Lauren's not smarter than me.
That's not an excuse. That's like someone telling me like, oh, your friend is prettier than you. I'm not gonna be like, my friend is not prettier than me. Like that's just
we were never friends.
Well, no, I'm saying.
So if you guys don't know who Farah is like a TikToker / content creator that did a lot of interview content with Destiny, and she had one clip with Destiny where Destiny was basically in that clip he was implying that it's okay for a girl to get raped, basically was what he was implying. And she posted it on TikTok. I reposted it on Twitter. It started going viral because the clip was so disgusting. And then Destiny reached out to Farah personally and had Farah copyright like violate me on Twitter. So Twitter took down that tweet because it was a copyright violation. And she like in totality took down that clip because the clip was just so fucking bad. But it doesn't surprise me that Farah was a part of this cult, like this, you know, Destiny orbit, because the way Farah copyright striked me with the quickness was like not even funny. It wasn't even funny. Like she copyright striked me within 2 days, and I was going viral with that tweet because bitch I hate Destiny. So this is a clip where apparently Destiny admits his ex had spoken to him about who he has permission to send nudes to. Destiny talks about agreeing consensually to send nudes to others with his partner, but later his partner has to talk with him about sending it to new girls that she hasn't talked to him about. Then he admitted that he hadn't thought about that and that he didn't think it mattered. So apparently he's had this issue with his ex before too. Also, jump scare alert, this is going to be a clip of Destiny talking.
A long time ago. Okay, so a long time ago. So obviously, okay, me and Melina send nudes to people. Me and Melina had a conversation about, there were a few girls we talked to. It was like, oh, cool, like we should record videos of like us fucking shit and send it to people. Like it's fun. So we do this. I kind of like have like my little archive of like Coomer material that I'll send to people if I want to. There were girls that I talked to past that I'd send stuff of like either me or Melina. And Melina talked to me and she was like, hey, if you're going to send any videos to new girls that we haven't talked about, like, let me know that first. Because she wanted to be careful. And so I was like, oh, okay, sure. That's fine. I didn't think about it at the time because I didn't think it mattered. But yeah, sure. So I thought about that. So that was like an issue that me and Melina had that we talked about and then we resolved, right?
The fact that even he's saying that he's had these allegations against him, that's sus. That's really sus, babe. Stephen Bonnell II, it's sus. So apparently these allegations have all happened before and Destiny has admitted to it every time, but nothing has ever really been done. There was a statement done by someone called BlueTea, which is at the beginning of this post that I'm going to read. The two main takeaways from this are Destiny's responses to it. So this is from 13 years ago, guys. 13 years ago. StarCraft 2 player Steve Bonnell, aka Destiny, shares naked pictures of a fangirl. He calls her Butterface and quote Shrek. She responds by posting pictures of his dick, angering his fans. Destiny again responds, this time threatening to contact her school and get her financial aid cut. There's a well-known StarCraft 2 player, Stephen Bonnell. Mind you, this was written 13 years ago, okay? This was when he was smaller. Also known as Destiny, who has been caught up in a rather disgraceful scandal scandal, causing him to pull out of an MLG championship despite having a girlfriend. He took advantage of a much younger fan known as BlueTea and then shared naked pictures of her with his friends, calling her, amongst other names, Shrek and Butterface. Understandably feeling humiliated, she somehow was able to gain access to his Twitter account, where she then leaked dick pictures he had been sending her. In other words, and from this thread, 14 plus, she deleted her account. BlueTea, I really have nothing to lose. Long story short, Steven leaked nudes, pictures of me to his Skype friends. This is so 13 years ago coded, because like, who uses Skype anymore? He then joked about how fucking, quote, fucking hideous my face is compared to my, quote, beautiful body. They joked about how I looked like Shrek. I do have a big nose, I guess. Someone who apparently was in chat room emailed me from a Gmail account consisting of a bunch of random numbers. It had a chat log. When I confronted him about it, he first feigned ignorance. When it became clear he was then just going to ignore me, I snapped. I had his email password from when I used to help schedule his lessons. I changed his email password, which enabled me to change his Twitter and Skype passwords. I have a folder full of dick pics. Because I am so nice, tried to choose the most flattering to post. My actions resulted from the buildup of many things he's done to me that I do not have time to mention, but his betrayal of my trust was my last straw. I hope you enjoy his penis. TLDR, don't leak nudes of me because I will steal your Twitter and I'll post the pictures of your dick. That was a lot. How did Steve Bonnell II respond? By threatening to contact her work in school so that he can get her scholarships and financial aid removed. I can't imagine how you can think that people will never ever talk about anything personal or private amongst friends. Maybe I am just stupid, but I can't see myself caring at all if you shared pictures between your close friends, especially given the fact that I've never seen any of them in real life. Glad you think you have a right to every single private conversation I've ever had, though. Posting pictures of my dick to 37,000 plus people and cutting me off access email Twitter is probably reasonable payback for me discussing something personal with two friends. Thanks for the new location, the new work location. I wonder how your boss will think of this, or your dean of that matter. I wonder if it'd affect your scholarship or financial aid. That's crazy. I can't believe these allegations run 13 years ago. If this has been going on for over 10 years, I can only imagine how many people are gonna come out about this and join a civil suit. This is scary. It's scary because obviously this was organized and impacted a lot of people. Because if nothing else is spiteful and getting some sort of revenge, and seeing her punished wouldn't really change anything on your end, nor is teaching her a lesson likely mean anything, because I doubt she'll ever find herself in a position where she can do it again. Just because you can punish someone for doing something that was ill thought out and hurtful doesn't mean you should. Dumb shit has happened. She was overreacted, and there's no reason you need to stoop so low just to get her back. And then I guess Destiny responds, it's not about, quote, teaching someone a lesson, it's just punishment. I'm pretty sure what she did was illegal on quite a few levels, and the fact that it's damaging to a business that I use to support my family makes a little less willing to, quote, turn the other cheek. Yeah, I've acted pretty scumbaggish and shared her pictures with a couple of friends, but for her to leak a bunch of my shit to 40,000 people, why on earth wouldn't I share that with her employer or school when she tried to effectively destroy my life? You don't give a shit about the livelihood when you're being a stupid racist dick. So it's only important when someone else embarrasses you. Dude, grow up. Put on the daddy pants. Yes, she did something bad. So did you. You started, dude. You should have known better. Damn. I guess this was when his followers were like normal. Because now his followers are fucking deranged and insane. A tweet thread that summarizes pretty well Destiny's behavior. Oh, not Zei the Squirrel. Okay, this account is pretty fucking wild. I don't know if you guys know about this account, but they say some wild shit. And since their Avi is a squirrel, they tend to just talk their shit. So this says, Destiny has a pattern whereby he brings on typically young girls who are small streamers on his platform, who he grooms for weeks/months on end with the aid of his deranged toxic community of incels, pretending they have a close friendship until they have sex, and then he cuts them off. He has been exhibiting this toxic pattern for years out in the open. One of the people he did this to has been harassed by him and his deranged community of incels for daring to speak out about it for over a year now, and he keeps sissing his deranged incel attack dogs on her. If you want to use your platform to lure in young girl streamers with the promise of subs and friendship just so you can get laid and then dump them, you will hurt people along the the way. They have the right to speak out about it without being harassed by your deranged incel community. On a recent stream, this person who is clearly traumatized by the experience was literally begging Destiny to stop lying about her and stop encouraging his community to do the same. He laughed at her and then it keeps sniping at her. It's frankly disgusting and sickening to watch him do that shit. So I sent him a DM telling him to stop talking to or about her, to which he replied by calling me deranged. Yeah, the guy publicly harassing a traumatized person crying and begging him to stop is not the fucking deranged one. If he keeps harassing her, I will keep pointing it out. I have personally experienced the toxicity of his community of incels who were alt-right 4chaners just yesterday. They're the most obsessive freaks I have ever encountered, and the fact that their surrogate e-daddy weaponizes them against girls he's harassing is fucking depraved. This is wild, guys. This is wild. See, you want to know how I know that Destiny is fucked is that he's quiet. That's how I know Destiny is fucked, because what Destiny loves to do is fucking run his loud rabid ass mouth. He just loves to fucking run it. He loves drama. He loves running his mouth. He loves the clicks. He loves the views. That's literally how he made his fortune, is by fucking people over publicly, and apparently now allegedly privately too. But that man is rabid in a sense where he just likes to fucking run his ragged ass mouth everywhere. And the fact that he's been so quiet about this, the fact that this man is taking a streamer break until February while Trump just became president, tells you everything you need to know. Because if this was normal times, this man would be pumping out content left and right like it was nothing. It's Joe over, baby. That's how you know this man is fucked. Wait, we have to talk about fucking Brianna Wu. Brianna Wu, the dumb bitch. This bitch tweeted, I should probably be smart enough to keep my mouth shut about the Destiny and Pixie lawsuit, but here it goes. Shut the fuck up then. Like, what kind of a fucking intro is that? I should probably be smart and not talk about it, but here it goes. Like, that's Brianna Wu in a nutshell for you, baby. Anyways, I care about both of them. Pixie is a good friend and someone who I've worked with on several projects. She's seriously talented, fun to work with, and complements my skills in a way that makes collaborations really rewarding. How's that fucking relevant? Before this all came up, I had planned to hire her for an upcoming project, and I'm sticking with that decision. For the record, following through on this hire isn't me taking sides. I made it clear to her and people close to Steven, they both deserve their day in court, and I'm not here to weigh on what's ultimately between them. I have offered no opinion on this action privately, and I made it clear that I cannot. I just want to be honest about where I'm coming from. Adulting can be awkward like this. Fuck does that even mean? I do hope people let the legal process play out instead of turning this into content or drama. Hold on. So Palestinians are all terrorists and deserve to get bombed per Brianna Wu. But then when Stephen Bonell II gets all these allegations, he needs his time in court for people to figure it out. Okay, Brianna. Okay, talk your shit. This bitch is so stupid. I do hope people let the legal process play out, blah, blah, blah. It's a serious situation for both of them, and they both deserve better than an avalanche of clickbait sure to come. Okay, then why did you make this tweet? First of all, let me make this clear. When you are a public figure and you make your information public, that means anyone can comment on it. That literally means anyone can comment on it. So Brianna Wu has been doing clickbait over the genocide in Gaza for over a year now, and it's interesting how she draws the line at this. I mean, I don't really get it, to be completely honest with you. It's giving dumb bitch shit. We're not really surprised that she's doing this though, but it's like when someone like Destiny has literally made a living off of attacking people and creating clickbait for years, almost a decade, and you're sitting here saying, I hope like they don't deserve clickbait, they don't deserve the shitty drama. Like, honey, people are gonna get their lick back. Because Stephen Bonell II, he stays talking fucking shit, and so yeah, a lot of people are gonna jump in and talk their shit too. Stupid. I've only met one woman who I know Destiny had a casual hookup with at an event we did. She was a law student, gorgeous, and one of the most interesting women I've known. I remember her because I was impressed with how mature she was. What does this have to do with anything? Oh, then she goes on to say, I am a feminist. I have all views on consent that you should expect. That's not what you fucking said. Girl, let me just say this. If Brianna Wu has no fucking haters, I am dead, bitch. I am dead. I am underneath the ground 8 feet rotting, okay? This woman has all the fucking empathy in the world for someone like fucking Destiny. But then when she talks about Palestinian kids, it's like, good thing they're getting blown apart because Islamic extremism is coming to America. Like, girl, get fucked. Respectfully, actually disrespectfully, go fuck yourself. Okay, so then this girl says, morally reprehensible statement from the bottom of my heart. I wish nothing but the worst. Same. The worst fate for me would be being you. Having been an eager, disposable fuck for a streamer and trying to base a career off whining about it for eternity. If the Atlantic slave trade were a personality, that would be you. She said, if the Atlantic slave trade were a personality, that would be you. Jail. Fucking jail. What the fuck is that? Who says that? Miss Wu, what are you on? Brianna Wu is falsely self-appointed expert who wields her name as it relates to Gamergate at the other women to remove agency and devalue their voice and their stories with misogyny and shame. This is inexcusable. The label of feminist needs to stop acting like a shield for people like her. I mean, I'm glad Cherry is calling her out because Brianna Wu has a lot of haters though. It's not just me. I only have a couple more links to go through. Once again, I'm going to be sharing this on stream. I know we talked about this in the beginning of stream, but this is the legal defense fund for Pixie, who is legally going after Destiny. Obviously, we are going to support her. Once again, I will be putting this in the bio of this, in the caption of this video. Please go, if you can't, send a couple dollars. Even if you share it with someone that can, it would mean the world. I'm sure Pixie would be very appreciative. It's also in the chat for those of you that are watching this live right now. Pixie has made a couple thousand more than what she was expecting to receive, but once again, she's going to be needing a lot of money, a lot more than $28,000. So if you guys can go ahead and help her out. And then last but not least, I want to close this off with Cherry's statement and her call for the people. We already went over this, but basically the synopsis is, it doesn't matter what you think about me or what our past has been. What Steven did was fucked up and none of you should support it, which honestly, I agree. The allegations are not good. With that being said, thank you so much for watching my stream. My name is Ariana Jasmine. Final thoughts about this. I am honestly disgusted leaving this stream. These allegations and reports are absolutely reprehensible outside of how I personally feel about Destiny or the public beef that we have been having on and off for about 3 years now. I just don't think he's a good person. Outside of everything that has happened here, I have seen how his followers have treated people. I have seen how he treats people. He makes a living off of attacking people, off of clickbaiting, rage baiting, gotcha clips. And everyone that orbits him basically turns a blind eye to how he ruins people's lives. A lot of people who have orbited Destiny's circle were very aware of his views and how he treats people and how he makes his money. None of them seem to care, but even with that, it doesn't mean that they deserved what happened to them reportedly. They didn't deserve that. They didn't deserve to go through that. And so I stand by that, even though I have been personally attacked by many of them. They still don't deserve that. And I hope that this will finally put the nail in the coffin for anyone that does still support and listen to Steven or Destiny. Knowing how this has gone in the past, I feel like probably gonna go through it for a couple of months and then he's gonna come back stronger than ever, because I've seen this happen. People do not hold men up to any kind of standard. They let men do the most egregious shit and they allow them to continue to have their platforms, especially when it comes to spaces like Kick or Twitch streaming. There is almost virtually no holding people accountable in this space, unfortunately, especially when it comes to white passing men, which Destiny is one of them. With that being said, though, I do not wish this on my worst enemy. This is obviously, I can't even imagine what I would go through if this happened to me. I mean, I would not be doing good mentally, and I just, my heart goes out to all of the victims, even though we've had our differences in the past. Once again, the fundraising link is in my bio. Please make sure that you try to help them as much as you can, and once again, don't be mean in the comments, don't be nasty. I've got my editors on it. Your comment will get deleted if you're nasty to any of the victims. I'm not having it. Don't be like that. Don't play with me either. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. My name is Ariana Jasmine. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment for more videos like this, and I'll see you next time.